Hello guys, I was just having my coffee here and looking at those numbers that we got from the USA yesterday. Well, actually it was today, this morning at midnight 45 a.m. Midnight 45 a.m. doesn't exist. Midnight 45, 1 a.m. as well, 1:30 a.m. and then we got some speakers, and then we just had the services PMI for Australia as well. I will touch base on those numbers in a second, but before we start, please give us a thumbs up on this video, subscribe to the channel, and most important, join us on the Telegram channel. All right, how you do that? It's pretty simple. You just go to the description of this video and find the link for the Telegram. As you are there, we will be hosting a webinar tonight. I will be hosting a webinar tonight talking about, is the euro dollar actually maintaining its highs, or is this the top? All right. And another thing is gold have more capacity to continue to go higher, or is that the top as well? And we are calling a $500 retracement. Well, you're going to be noting these tonight, all right? So make sure to register. It's going to be... now, as I've mentioned, let's go through these numbers here we just had from the USA. And pretty bad numbers coming from there, all right? When we look to the DXY, the US dollar index, we did had a big retracement all the way from 100 and 500 all the way down to 104, 190. So pretty much 1,000 points, okay? Pretty much 1% drop in one day. So that's a fair big drop when we look to the US dollar index coming all the way down from 103 to 100 all the way up to 100 and 500. So I'm expecting more weakness from the US dollar, all right? So if we look to the services PMI of March, it came in as expected, 51.7, and the previous was 52.3. So even though it came in as expected, it coming below the previous, so that's not good. Services are declining on US. But the most one, the biggest one that catch my eyes was the ISM non-manufacturing PMIs. The consensus was at 52.8, and it came in at 51.4. As well as the global composed PMI from March, the consensus was 52.2, it came in 52.1, so only 0.1 difference, only 0.1 difference of that. But the ISM non-manufacturing employment came in at 48.5, as the previous was 48, and the consensus was 49. So still a little bit up from the previous, but you know, 0.4 lower than what? 0.4? Yeah, 0.6, 0.49 something, lower than what expected. Now, we did had the services PMI this morning for Australia came in pretty good, 54.4, the consensus was 53.5, and the previous was 53.1. As I've mentioned, I was having my coffee here. I always like to have an espresso after lunch, and you know, a very rainy day here in Sydney at this moment. I was thinking about it. Is the euro dollar on a top? Is the gold may have more space to continue to rally, or we can call it this the top and start to short everything, right? Well, I will give you the answer tonight, so make sure to be into the webinar. But looking at this data that we just have it right now, we just had it today, right? We still have more data to come from Switzerland, as well as some G7 countries like French, German, as well as Europe, UK, and so on. But this is all the things we're going to be putting together tonight. But when we look to the USA, feels like they have strength yet to come. Okay, they do have strength to come. And in my opinion, this is maybe just a pullback. And once we look to this data right now, I'm very curious to see about the Fed, what the Powell will say on the next FOMC committee. I'm very curious to see what they will say, because if they're planning to cut the rates, then they have to be very incisive and say, okay, this is the reason why we're going to cut the rates, and we can see it because the manufacturing, the services, inflation is too high, and unemployment is too high as well. But we need to see what did we state from those big numbers that just came out yesterday and today, all right? As well, we can't forget that we had the ADP non-farm employment change came in at higher than expected. Okay, so very mixed data approach through USA at this moment. Right, so this is pretty much it from today. Just a little recap on USA, and I do think there is continuous strength to come. Pull back on euro dollar maybe, but if you want to dig even deeper on that, please be with me tonight, 8 to 9 p.m. Just register yourself on our website or just find the link on the description of this video. If you have any questions, please put down in the comments. And again, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this content with your friend. It shows YouTube that this is something, it actually matters for people. All right, I hope everyone have a good day or a good morning or a good night, whatever time you're watching this. And I hope to see you today on the webinar. See you guys, have a good one.